playing in C. You should keep it in D. No, but if you're playing there, you need to play it in C.
Oh, let me just play in D then.
So let's keep going, keep going. Shabbat Shalom. 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 Ma yafe hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafe hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafe hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafe hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Keep going. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. What a great thing is this opportunity of acknowledging and celebrating time and gathering as community to celebrate time. This moment in which our personal time becomes also communal time, a time that we decide to share. We would like to start our Shabbat service first by acknowledging all these presents that we have here, unusual presences. We saw the opportunity while Michael and Gavi and David Lieberman are studying in Los Angeles for 3 days. What? Now you know. So David is in Los Angeles too. So while they are studying in Los Angeles and exciting melodies and exciting things about prayer, we saw the opportunity to invite other leaders, to have other people sharing this bima. And it's such a privilege, such a great thing. So I thank all those that came up to pray with their instruments, with their voices, and all those that answered to my call to join me in leading services. I'm also grateful for all those that came to share Shabbat with us. So we'd like to start our service on page 120, Lighting Shabbat Candles. I want to invite Lisa Barbarik and Daphna Gutenberg. Control your fingers. Please rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. We turn our Sidurim to page 129 as we acknowledge this Shabbat that was given to us with a deep love. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. Ani ledodi v'dodi li. We turn our Sidurim to page 130 as we come to welcome Shabbat, we come to welcome the divine with a deep sense of joy, Lechurena la Adonai, And we acknowledge the transformative character of the seventh day, Shirul Adonai, Shir Hadash, on page 131. Lechu neranena l'Adonai, nariya letzur isheinu, nekadma fadav betoda bismirot nariya lo, nekadma fanav betoda bismirot nariya lo. Shirul Adonai, Shir Hadash, Shirul Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shirul Adonai, Baruchu Shemo, Basru miyom leyom, Yeshuato, Sapru Agohim, Kevodo, Echol Ahavim Niflaot, Adonai, Ki Gadol Adonai, Adonai me'od, Noraot, Al Kol Elohim, Yai Rai Rai, Ki Kol Elohim, Elilim, Adonai, Shamayim V'Asa, Od Nadal, Lefanav, Os Betiferet, Be'en Mikdasho, and Rai 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 Rai, Ismech Vashamayim Betagilaya, Rai 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 Ramaya, Umelov, Yalon Sarai, Bechol Asher Bo, Rai Rai Rai, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, let's try all of us to sing Shabbat Shalom and to bring. And also the kids can be here and can be singing with us. It's actually a great opportunity to join us. Let's try all of us to bring our voices, just 2 words. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. I hope you are holding this program, because now we are going to open our programs. We are going to acknowledge that Shabbat is about recognizing the beauty of the world that was created for us and given to us. Which key you had it? Oh, sorry. What a wonderful world. That's what we're going to sing. So you have it there? Did everyone find what a wonderful world? Okay. So that let's transform this secular prayer into let's transform this secular prayer into prayer. Into prayer and Shabbat prayer. Trees of green, roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They say, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
We turn our Siddurim to page 138 to welcome Shabbat the bride. We hear activities sing the first, the second, the fifth, the sixth, and the ninth verses of the Lechadorim. And by the ninth, we stand up and we look toward the gate of the synagogue. And if you close your eyes, you might be able to imagine the majestic presence of the Shabbat Queen comes into our space and transform this space and this time into holy space and time. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi מה תשתוכחי ומתמי, ואחייכסו עניי עמי, ונבנית עירה קהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקרלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקרלה. בואי ושלום התלת בעלה,
גם בשמחה
וצולה, תוך אמונה כאן סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה. לך, לך, דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקרלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת וקרלה. And as you're standing, remain standing just for one moment, and you can turn to the person standing next to you, or even to someone else. You can go around and say Shabbat Shalom. Take this opportunity to say good Shabbos.
Shabbat Shalom, thanks for being here.
Thank you for
Shabbat Shalom.
I forgot to put my glasses on. I can't see anything.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Doing great over there, keep it up.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
I'm impressed.
He got everything.
Now I got my glasses.
Fred, I'm gonna knock it. I'll just put it on.
Yeah, just put it there. I'm not using it.
No, I'll knock it over.
Yeah, it's just as well.
And on page, if you are standing or sitting, you can remain as you are. We turn our Sidorim to page 140. The middle of page 140, Psalm 90, 192, just 92. You can remain standing, you can sit if you want. Alleluia. 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 מעשיך מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך, מה ידעו מעשיך, הללויה, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך, הללויה. גדול מעשיך מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך, מה גדלו מעשיך מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. Page 141. 144. יתגדל והתקדש מרבה, וילמד יברח ילותה, וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומכון, וחיי בכל בית ישראל. ועגלה ועגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך לעולם ולא בעמיה, יתברך וישתבח, יתבר בדרומם מתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה, ויתהלל שמי קודשה, להילה מן כל ברכתה ושילתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמידם רעמה, ואמרו Amen. Turn our Siurim to page 146 as we try to open our hearts for prayer. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Baruch et Adonai המבורך seated. Turn our Siurim now to page 148. Let's read together in English. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe. Speak the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. May you reign continually over it into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. בת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. Your lasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lay down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your Torah and on your mitzvot. And that's how Jewish tradition thinks about love. We think about Torah and mitzvot. We think about how to behave in the world. I want to invite you just for a moment to close your eyes and to think about how you experience love in your life. What's the meaning in your life of an everlasting love? as we get closer to the Shema, before we make that claim, we are supposed to be accompanied, we are supposed to be supported, sustained by the awareness, the acknowledgement of a deep love. And as you think about that love, I invite you to transform that love into a cape of light and cover yourself with that light, as you would do with a talit, and let it surround you as you come to welcome this Shabbat. And surrounded and sustained by that love, I invite you to focus for one moment on your breath. In and out. Once again, breathe in and out. לבדך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, forevermore. Israel, dear God, never remove your love from us. Blessed are you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. And once again, take a deep breath and become one. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Let's turn our Siddurim to page 154. Let's chant together. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלבתך בדרך ובשופקך ובקומך, וקשרתם לעוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וקשרתם על משושות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אמת באמון הכל, סוד וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. We continue with the silent reading over page 156. Your children witness your presence. They praise your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moshe, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices with joy. Who is like you, O God? Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai. We're on page 158. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedamaka. באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נעלה בקודש, לא לתהילות עושה פלא, לא לתהילות עושה פלא, מלכותך רבניך, חוקי הים לפני משה ומירים, מלכותך רבניך, חוקי הים לפני משה ומירים, צלי אנו בימינו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. די 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 Baruch atah Adonai Gal Israel. We turn our Sidurim to page 161, and after I will point this out because actually it's very timely. Next week we are reading Parashat. Who's Eva Shalach? You are so right, Miriam. And what a surprise. So next week we are reading Parashat Bashalach. And Parashat Bashalach is where we read Shirat Hayam, which is what you know as Michamocha or Mikamocha. And that's a moment of euphoria. That's a moment of Michamocha is like, it's a song that comes after crossing the Red Sea, and we say, I am alive. We made it. We made it. But in the structure of our prayer, what comes immediately after that is the blessing for internal peace. So after the euphoria of Michamocha comes Ashkivenu, in which we ask to find internal peace. And maybe one of the most important elements to create that internal peace is to try to connect with the sources of love that we find within ourselves. We are on page 161, the left side. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom leshalom Ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Adonai, Eloheinu, Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom, ashkiveinu, Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Let there be love. Let there be love and understanding among us.
Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm.
ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over your holy city, Jerusalem. Turn our Sidurim to page 162. Before Tfilat Amidah, remind ourselves that today is Shabbat. And that Shabbat kept us throughout the generations. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. יאי די 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 די, יא דה 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 דה, יא דה 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 דה, יא דה 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 דה, דה 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 דה, יאי די 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 די, יאי די דה 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 דה, די די, יאי די 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 די. Return our Sidurim now to page 164 for Tfilat Amidah, our personal prayer. I invite you to follow the words of our tradition, or alternatively to close your eyes and take a moment for your Tfilah Shebalev, for the prayer of your heart. We spend so much time being dispersed. This is the opportunity to try to focus our energies, to try to think where we want to spend our energies, what really needs our attention. Adonai, שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיים איתי ותרב להשיע. אתה קדוש הקדוש. אתה קדשת לי משביע. אלוהים, אבל לא יבואתי, לא יבואתי. רצה אדוני, לא חבר זה הפלאב, תפלאתם לו ודקה. לא צאנו תמיד הוא רוצה. ואם אנחנו לשת אדוני, לא ילנו ולא יבואתנו במתנו, לא ילנו וחיינו בגנשנו. אלוהים. ונצור לשוני מרע ושפתיי ידבר מרמה ולמקללי נפשי תדום. May God guard my speech from evil and my lips from deception before those who slander me. I will hold my tongue. I will practice humility, open my heart to your Torah, that I might pursue your mitzvot. As for all who think evil of me, cancel their designs and frustrate their schemes. Act for your own sake, for the sake of your power, for the sake of your holiness, for the sake of your Torah, that your loved ones may be rescued, saved with your power, and answer me. ולרצון אמרי פי, בהגיון ליבי, לפניך אדוני צורי וגואלי, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. We are at the bottom of page 180. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו amen. There's one more prayer. At the end of Filat Amida, we take a moment to acknowledge people that are dealing with illness in our community, in our families, among our friends. If you have the name of someone who you are asking for his or her recovery, someone dealing with addictions, someone dealing with illness in his or her body or soul, please share the names as I point in your direction. With all these names that were said, and I ask you now, when we come to a moment of Misheberach, creating a holy space is about intentionality. And I assume that when someone brings the name of the person who you are praying for, are opening your heart and trusting the community to hold your heart and to hold your pain. So the last thing that we can do as community is to ignore it and to start the conversation with the person sitting next to us. That's not how we create community. We create community by stopping for a moment and holding, starting by our voices and the conversation that we were having. So now let's please turn our Sidurim to page 371, and in loving silence, let's create the dialogue and the prayer that we want to create together. Yisheberach. Wish to all of them refuah shlema v'achlama meira, a complete and a fast recovery. And let us say, so Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom everyone. And you will see in a moment that it's not a coincidence that I'm thinking about time, and not just because yesterday I turned 38 years old, and thank you, I appreciate that, and I'm thankful that some of you, many of you, came to celebrate with me in the Oneg before services. It's always nice to experience and perceive community. It's one of the biggest blessings that I have in my life. Not to work for a community, but to have community. I also work for the community. But I am very gifted to have community. And good news, each of us can enjoy that gift. And it belongs to all of us. I have a watch. And I need to make a quick decision. Fine. You're lucky today. So, what's the name of our Torah portion? Bow. And what happens in this Torah portion? So 3 plagues and anything else? They start to leave because it's the last and terrible plague. We'll be talking about the plagues a little bit tomorrow. But also 3 mitzvot. And those that were sitting in our board meeting this week, I started to talk about that. We will talk about that a bit more deeply right now. So, 3 mitzvot. One is, I tell you the last 2. The last 2 are, one has to do with a bond and with marking the doorpost. The mitzvah of mezuzah, the name of the holiday, Passover, is Pesach, happens right here in this Torah portion. And in that context, we also have matzah and bitter herbs. There's something else that happens in this Torah portion that I find very, very, very interesting. This Chodesh, new moon month, shall be for you the head of the month. It shall be for you the first of the months of the year. So this Torah portion tells us that the first month of the year, I know, you are like, that's Rosh Hashanah, Rabbi. Is the month of Nisan in Passover. And as our rabbis say later on in the Mishnah, we know that the year has 4 different beginnings. But the beginning of the lunar month is the month of Nisan. God showed Moses the new moon at its moment of rebirth and said to him, when the moon is reborn, mark the beginning of the new month, says the Mechilta. Now, the first mitzvah that is given to the children of Israel as a people is go and set a calendar. You, all of you, open your phones and let's make a schedule. Let's make a calendar together. The first mitzvah has to do with the communal acknowledgement of time. And it turns out that time is a serious enterprise in Jewish tradition. When do we start talking about time? In Bereshit. In the book of Bereshit, and many will say, well, by the time that we start talking about Shabbat. Now, the biblical commentators Forno says that the first thing that God creates is actually time. And why is that? What's the first word of the book of Genesis? Bereshit, in the beginning. And so he says, the first statement, the first creation, the first word is beginning, is a connotation not of space, but time. Now, another thing that we know is that in the book of Genesis, later on, in the context of talking about Shabbat, is the first time that we learn about a very important word, and it's the word sacred, kadosh. Va'ikadesh oto. He created the seventh day, and he made it holy. Now, this is quite unusual. If you are making a huge thing, like the earth, wouldn't you make something like a temple or a big, tabernacle? Or the first thing that we are told is a sacred one is Shabbat, is time. And so the Jewish tradition celebrates time. We celebrate time with Shabbat and our holidays through the calendar with the moon. Now, I want to share with you something that the Midrash Rabbah says. Going back to the topic of Torah, this Torah portion, Bob, bringing the calendar to our conversation. Midrash Rabbah says, what blessing was to be recited by one who beholds the new moon? In the period when Israel used to sanctify the new month, some of the sages hold, blessed be who renews the month. Others say, blessed be who consecrates the month. And others say, blessed be who hallows Israel, since unless Israel sanctify it, it is not sanctified at all. What the rabbis were trying to say is that in order for the new month, the new moon, to be relevant at all, someone needed to make the decision that he was going or she was going to notice it. Otherwise, it's just time. It goes without being noticed. Now, the Talmud in Rosh Hashanah tells us a very interesting thing. It's about the dynamics of the new moon. When a new moon was coming, the Israelites, let's start by the end. In order to declare a new month, do you know what you need? Who said two witnesses? Susan, you are right. Now, all the Israelites have the responsibility, if they understand that the new month is coming, to go to Jerusalem, to go to the Great Temple, and to tell to the rabbinical court that a new month is coming. And then 2 witnesses are used. Now, you need just 2 witnesses, right? But we all have the obligation. So who comes? Everyone. Everyone was supposed to show up. Then they would select, or they would take the first 2 witnesses. And yes, we are talking about an engagement strategy that the rabbis and Torah has. Everybody is supposed to show up. And now, what happens is the 2 witnesses that were selected, they are supposed to be examined. The rabbis will ask if they are sure and how they are sure. They will ask many, many questions. And once the head of the rabbinical court is convinced, you are very distracting, young lady. Once the head of the rabbinical court is convinced that he can believe to the 2 witnesses, he will say, sanctified. And then the 2 witnesses, each of them will say, and the people of Israel will repeat with them, sanctify, sanctify. And what you get together is sanctified, sanctified, sanctified. Does it sound familiar? Kadosh, 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 that's a very good bell. So when we say kadosh, 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 we are bearing witness to something. We are witnessing something. Now the Hebrew word that the Talmud uses is mekudash. And what happens when I do a wedding, I exclaim, for men and women, I forget the Hebrew female and male, I say, Mekudeshet, Mekudeshet, Mekudeshet. 3 times. It's the same thing. We are bearing witness to something that is being created. When God needed to create the world, He started by creating time. When we needed to create the Jewish people, and we were going to leave behind what we knew as the world we have, the first thing that is created is a notion of communal time. And what we learn about time is that it's the most bonding and most connecting thing. It's sacred. It's holy. And holiness and sacred in Jewish tradition is related to relationships, to deep connections, to deep relationships between husband and wife, between partners, but also communal relations. What's written at the top of this hill in the building? Kuf Kuf, Keilah, community, Kedosha. This is a sacred community. This is a sanctified community. And if you go back to the rabbinical text, what makes this community sacred? Were 2 components. One is our decision to share time together and to celebrate our lives together. And the second one is to show up. To show up, which is the secret of the sacred, the secret of holiness. And this is the invitation of the calendar. The calendar invites us to create a bond that is deeper, to share our lives and to share our time, and to show up. Is it possible? Just if you decide that you want to notice it. Shabbat Shalom. Please rise as we open the Ark for Aleinu Leshabeach on page 586. I can play this. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כאויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, בגורלנו ככל העמונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, עד קדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. At this point of our service, we take a moment to acknowledge mourners among our community. If you are during the first 7 days of mourning, please rise. During 7 days of mourning, we also acknowledge Nat Goodfriend, all-time TVT member who passed away on the 29th, and today we accompanied him in his last way. If you are during the first 30 days of mourning, Shloshim, please rise. If you are during the cycle of the first year of mourning, please rise and share with us who you're remembering. Elaine? Thank you. If you have a yahrzeit this week, please rise.
My mother, Sylvia Bernhardt, and my friend, Brian Kerr.
Thank you. Thank you. Sure. You can support our fellows while standing or sitting. Join us with your voices and your hearts for Mourners Kaddish on page 598. יתגדל ויתקדש שמר רבה, בעלמא דיברה חירותה, בהמליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, באמרו אמן. יהא שמר רבה מבורך, לעולם עולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר, ויתרומן, ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה, שמת לקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירם בעלמא, באמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, באמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, באמרו אמן. May the memories of your dear ones be living blessing in your life. Yesichram Baruch. You may be seated. So, next week, as I mentioned earlier, is Shabbat Bashalach. We will be doing I was going to say we will be singing, but we always sing. We might sing Miriam's song. Yes, we will sing Miriam's song. And we'll not dance it, Miriam. We will sing and dance Miriam, and do you have your, sure. And Miriam will bring her tambourine, is it tambourine? Okay. Miriam will bring her tambourine, oof. I don't know. And we're going to read Shirat Hayam. We might do some more songs. So it's going to be a special and wonderful Shabbat. Tomorrow, Lisa Armoni will be leading us in Lunch and Learn. Now, it got very interesting. Because the question, when we thought about the session that she was going to do, we asked, can we talk about Israel? Assuming that sometimes we can't. Because in many families, Israel is becoming a taboo. We have a very divided community, and we want to make sure that people can talk about Israel. We want to make sure that people can engage in conversation about Israel, and then the deal of the century came. And here we are again. The right is divided. The left is divided. You know, right-wingers in Israel, I'm not talking about America yet, right? You hear, and right-wingers in Israel are divided. You can hear voices saying that they are very happy about the deal, and other voices saying we love the deal. We're going to take half of that. The other half we're going to throw to the trash bin of history. We don't want to talk about that. And so we have that division in Israel with the right, not to talk about the left and the center. And so in Israel, it's getting interesting. And guess what happens when things get interesting in Israel? They also get interesting in the United States. Because our community, as we start reading articles and ideas, we will start making our opinions. And our goal is not to refrain from talking about Israel and expressing our opinions and learning about each other's opinions, but to learn about also how to express our values and how to find civil discourse when we have conversations about the state of Israel. And I think Lisa is probably the most talented professional we have in Orange County in order to facilitate those conversations and to help all of us to have deeper conversations and sometimes deeper understanding. So she will be touching that too. It's becoming very, very relevant. And with that said, if you want to join us, and we don't know about that yet, which basically means that you are not on our RSVP list. The woman and the legend is sitting right there, Lynette Norcat, so you can approach her and let her know that you want to join us. So we will write that down, have a small group starting together tomorrow. So we want to be able to, if we have some nice surprises and some of you decide to show up, we want to be able to actually accommodate accordingly, and it will help us a lot to know that in advance. Was I okay? She told me, you need to make that very clear, so I think it was clear, right? Good, thank you. Now, that's pretty much all the information. We're going to conclude our service on page 1. We're going to start to conclude our service on page 142 with Shalom Aleichem, and ask the religious practices to help us distribute some Kiddush cups. And if you feel comfortable doing so, please rise or rise in your spirit. Oh my gosh, the rabbi is blacking. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharem, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharem, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oy, 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 Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharem, Malachi Elyon, Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, 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 yadadai, dadai, dai, 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 dai. Everybody has a cup. I don't have one, but can you help me with one so I can do kiddush? Thank you. ויחול השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם. ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפם. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, בשבת קודשו, באהבה וברצון, הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת עם כל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים. And if you can get even closer, just try to get closer. Try to get closer. Try to get closer to this space. We take a moment. We take our kids. If your kids are next to you, you can invite your kids to stand next to you. Not behind you, next to you. And we say, let's make sure that you are, let's make sure that you are connecting with someone with your eyes or maybe with your hands. We make sure that nobody leaves this place. Not yet. We make sure that nobody leaves this place without a blessing. We make sure that nobody leaves this Shabbat without a blessing, without being acknowledged. If you feel that nobody has made eye contact with you, make sure that you right now make eye contact with someone and say Shabbat Shalom. Tomorrow we will be talking about the plagues and the plague of darkness. Our rabbis say that it was the most terrible curse because human beings lost the ability to see each other. And that was the real curse, the real plague of darkness, that they couldn't see each other anymore. So make sure that you see someone, that you make eye contact with someone, that you feel someone, you hug someone, that you're holding somebody's hand. And we take the words of our millennial-old tradition, we bring blessings that have the power of the years. We say, Baruchechem Adonai ve'ishmerechem. May God bless you and protect you. Ye'er Adonai panav elechem ve'yichunechem. May God light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Ye'er Adonai panav elechem ve'yasim lachem shalom. May God's presence be within us always, and may God bless all of us with peace. Adonai os le'amoitem. May God give us the courage to create peace. Adonai os le'amoitem. Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Yadadai, dai, dai. Yadadai, dai, dai. Yadadai, dai, 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 dai. Yadadai, dai, 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 dai. Yadadai, dai, dai. Yadadai, dai, dai. Yadadai, dai, 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 dai. Yadadai, dai, 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 dai. Yadadai, dai, dai. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbos. Yeah. I love that guitar. That was very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For the first of Mary.